everyone, welcome to another Croplan Genetics Agri-Solutions Crop Cam. I'm Christy Swenson and I'm with Al Vandeweer. Al is with the Answer plot crew and he's going to explain this winter staggered combine to us.
Yeah, this is a winter staggered combine. It's European made. It's a commercial combine over there. Company Winter Stagger takes it, splits it in half, and it is a cylinder combine like most of the older John Deeres were, except this one's split down the middle. So everything on this side is basically the same. We have a few added hydraulic pumps on it for running our extra hydraulics, but not much has changed on this side of the combine. We have an air compressor which runs all of our stuff for a Harvest Master, which we'll show on the other side. That runs all the gates. The biggest thing that has changed, I guess, in the bottom here is these air tubes. When that grain is clean, it drops down to the bottom, and then the bottom there's what's called an air lock. It's kind of like revolving doors of the Metrodome. Most of you know that. What that does is regulate the amount of flow that goes into the air system. Up here we have two big blower fans that blow the air through, and as that grain's dropping in, it blows it around the other side and up into the Harvest Master. The biggest advantage of that is with the air is speed and cleanliness. It blows the corn right through, it's very quick, and there's nothing left. You don't have to worry about carryover to the next plot. Very, very new and very helpful when combining. The speed arms up. As you walk around in the back, there's not much else. You want to look up underneath the inside, we can kind of show you what the split looks like. So if you look up underneath, same thing, it's got straw walkers, and the biggest thing with these is we only have one sieve. We don't have a tailings return just because of the time it'd take to go through the extra process. A little smaller size, but this is a split that goes right down through the whole machine. One of the next biggest things that's changed, instead of a shaker pan up front, it's kind of hard to see, but we have a rubber belt that brings the corn to the back, or soybeans. The biggest advantage of that also is speed. You don't have to wait for it to be shook into the back. As soon as it hits that belt, it is thrown to the back and then brought onto the sieves, where it is clean to drop down to the airlock. As we come around to the other side of the combine, this is our Harvest Master system. Those tubes that bring the grain up around the top into those cones, which it cycles down into the holding bins. These two are one of the holding bins. They're when we are combining, it's dropping corn into them. They are both shut like this. When you hit the button, it drops one side at a time. It proceeds to drop down, and there's a scale right here with a moisture blade in it. So it weighs that side, takes the moisture of it, records it on the computer. It closes, and then it opens the next side. It drops that one and records it. While it's doing that, there's two gates up there that shut. Your next plot is coming in already. So it's a continuous moving system. We have to stop for about 10 seconds between each plot just to help clean out the system a little bit. And then from there it drops down and it gets brought up into the grain tank. Over on this side, not much has changed either. This is where our fuel tank is. The augers drives for the grain tank for unloading. But once again, fairly simple, back to the basics of the combine. If you walk around this side, we've got a 4-row head. We use Gernhoff heads, which are also split in the middle of the divider. The biggest thing is a split, which is just all it is, just the divider. Split right down through in the auger to keep each side from contaminating the other side, which allows us to do two-row plots, which speeds up, makes our plots so we need to be a little smaller and be more efficient with our time. We can go up inside the combine. This right here is the Harvest Master system. This is the control that shows me the gates, which are in the back. This is the cameras that show the gates opening and closing. It shows the cones up top, the corn going into them. This display tells me what those gates are doing. And this is our computer. It's called a an Allegro. We run an FRS program in it, which takes all the data, and that's how it gets loaded in. So after the plot is ran, it tells us up here what the weight is, what the moisture and the test weight is, and it's stored until we download it from here into the computer at our office, where we upload it into the system, and that's how it gets on the internet. They go through it from there, weed out any of the make sure the data and everything is good. If we have any missing plots, we pull them out once we get to the home office and take out plots that need to be yanked because they either were missed or ran over. Not much else, fairly simple. Just basic controls inside here, nothing else too special. But
And we have how many answer plots nationwide?
right now we're at about 150. We're adding 3 more crews, it sounds like, so I think our goal for next year, I think I've heard, is 175. So each crew has between 10 and 11 of these plots, and all the plots are around 16 acres. On a good day, you can combine the beans in 3 to 4 to 5 hours, corn about 6 to 7. Each plot has roughly, in our area, you can get about 250 bushels of beans off it and about 1,400 bushels of corn. All of which is taken 30 feet at a time, 4 rows at a time. So it's quite an in-depth process. It takes a while to go through, and it gets a little monotonous doing the plots, but it definitely takes time, and it takes a knack for it to be able to go through and keep your guard up and make sure you don't have any plots you got to throw out. We have here our map. It doesn't look like much, but this is of the whole plot. If there's a plot that needs to be discarded, we know where it is, and we either circle it or cross it out, write down what needs to be done on it. So when we go put it back in the computer at home, we know which ones to throw out, so we don't have keeps our quality up.
And with this data, with so many answer plots nationwide, we can take a nationwide average of our different trials, but we can also zoom into one specific region or one area or one plot. Yep.
They can break it down. Once again, but the more plots of the more tests each hybrid gets, the better look you have at it. So the more accurate tests you have. But yeah, with I believe how they break them down, you have a wide range of things you can do online as far as how you want to break down into it. And a lot of different trials we do are done all across the region. Wherever it fits, they put them in. So we'll have the same trials in South Dakota as in Wisconsin as in Illinois.
All right. Well, Al, thank you so much for your time. I know you guys got to get going, so thanks so much.
Hey, thank you.
All right, everybody. That's another Crop Cam found only on us104.net.